What is populism? I think there are two ways of understanding that word which we have to clear up. One of them is that in Latin America it's very often used to mean a series of economic policy measures which involve redistributing wealth to the poorest sectors of the population. In Europe we're using a different understanding of that. We understand populism as a style of doing politics, a way of communicating with large audiences, which involves trying to radicalize people and trying to create divisions in society. And we can see that across the political spectrum. We can see it with Trump, we can see it with Maduro, we can see it with Farage or with Marine Le Pen. And one of the key elements in this populism is the idea that you can blame certain sectors of society. So for example, you can blame immigrants or asylum seekers or certain institutions. You can blame the European Union or you can blame banks for people's problems in their everyday lives. This becomes a very powerful political movement because it mobilizes anger. And when people are angry, they vote for the most radical solutions. So does populism create a crisis in democracy? I think populism reflects the crisis in democracy and it exploits it. That's why we're at a dangerous moment now, because democracy has in some way been destabilized and the populists are incredibly well positioned to exploit those weaknesses. The problem is that the mainstream parties can't act the same way. What do I mean? Populists leap into YouTube, into Twitter, and they make radical statements, irresponsible statements. They say things that are completely politically incorrect and go against the mainstream. They can do that, and then a few minutes later they tell you they didn't say that. But the effect remains. Mainstream politicians are more responsible because they're thinking long term. But populists, they want to grab attention. I think it's time that young people paid more attention to the basis of democracy, because basically we need to go back to the beginning and find out that democracy is about making difficult decisions in a complex situation, trying to create a social consensus for the common good. And the populists don't want to do that. They just want to grab power for their own ends.